Paul, I mean, you've said before, adversity is just a simple fact of the season. What's the message to your group after losing consecutive games for the first time this year?
No message. We move on to the next city. Um, Consecutive games losses isn't a sign of necessarily anything terrible brewing. We just completed 9 playoff games. Teams that are in the playoffs, 7 of them on the road. I think we ended up about 500 in that mix, so we're not bragging, but we're not dejected.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Thanks, Gregor. Paul, I know the message is always to not get too high and not to get too low. I can't imagine how hard it would be to have not got, somewhat excited if your team was coming out of that Toronto series, first versus first showdown. You think there's any sense with you there? I mean, we saw Toronto go up against Edmonton and get that bump and kind of stumble since. Anything to the team maybe having exhaled somewhat after that series?
I don't think so. I haven't felt that in the game. I haven't felt that in our play. I mean, we wouldn't have made as much about the Toronto series as possibly people covering that series. We just moved on to the next one.
Go next to Carter Brooks from Game On. Go ahead, Carter.
Hi, Coach. It's now a number of games with Connor, Ehlers, Dubois trio. What have you seen from this group, not only offensively, but defensively?
Yeah, time. I think really just time together, right? They first Pierre-Luc's, each game more comfort, and physically kind of back into it, right? His stride, he's the power that he's getting up the ice. They're just learning about each other. Pierre-Luc's a big, powerful man in his own end. I mean, he separates a lot of guys from pucks. He's positionally very strong. So, I think they're just going to get better and better. I got lots of faith in the direction they're going.
We'll go next to Ken Weaver from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
Paul, Andrew Kopp talked about the importance of closing out teams and, restoring that 2-goal cushion. I mean, is there a lesson to be learned from tonight's game?
I mean, other than maybe a lesson, like we've got 2 or 3 really good chances in the second period to make it 3-1. I don't think there's a lesson there. There wasn't, hey, I'm going to try less hard if I didn't know that a 3-1 lead was really good. We weren't casual in that part of the game. I mean, we had some real good chances to make it 3-1. Couldn't. Made a great save, 2 real good saves on some good plays to the net. And, you're within one and they've got lots of firepower there and they showed it.
Go back to Ken Weaver from Sportsnet.
Paul, when you switched the matchup, it seemed like you had some good results, but when they go to McDavid and Draisaitl, what kind of challenges does that provide?
Yeah, I mean, it should open up the door in other places, and it didn't for us, right? So we couldn't hold that line. They scored 2, and couldn't get to exploit the other matches.